Hello students, this is your English teacher Manpreet Kaur, and in this video lesson we are going to discuss about the sequence of tenses. Before moving to the topic sequence of tenses, you need to first know about two different kinds of clauses, that is the main clause and the subordinate clause. तो उससे पहले हम डिस्कस करते हैं that what actually a clause is. So, a clause is a group of related words that contains at least one subject and one verb and is used as a sentence or part of a sentence. So, clause means it is a part of a sentence or it can be a simple sentence itself. It consists of one subject and one verb, that is compulsory. So, on the basis of this thing which is being given here, it is used as a sentence or it is used as a part of sentence. Clause can be divided into two categories. Clear? So, what are those two categories? That is the main clause and the subordinate clause. Now, let us see a few examples are being given. He is a news reporter. So this sentence is a complete sentence in itself. So this is the main clause. Okay. Or she loves music. It can act as a sentence. So this is also a main clause. Where he stays. Who lives next to my house? In both these sentences you can check where he stays. So he is the subject. Stays is the verb. Who lives next to my house? Now see, who here refers to some person, lives now here is the verb. So in both these sentences, these are the clauses, but here these can act as a part of sentence, and the clauses which act as a part of sentence are called as subordinate clause. Okay, and the clauses which can act as a sentence, these are called as the main clause. Okay, and mostly in the complex sentences we have a main clause which is also called as principal clause, and we have a subordinate clause which is also called as the dependent clause. Now in the second picture you can see, first of all let us quickly go for the definition. So main clause, a group of words that contain a subject and a predicate and can stand alone as an independent sentence. This is the example, he is a news reporter. So this is the example of a main clause. Subordinate clause, a group of words that contain a subject and a predicate which cannot stand alone as an independent sentence. So this example is where he stays. Because देखो यहाँ पे where लगा हुआ है. So where shows that this sentence is incomplete. It needs a main clause to complete its sense. Then on the other hand, the main clause expresses a complete thought, whereas the subordinate clause cannot express a complete thought. Obviously, when this is an independent, a dependent clause, so it cannot complete a thought. Then main clause can function as an independent sentence, whereas subordinate cannot function as an independent sentence. Main clause does not begin with a subordinate conjunction or a relative pronoun. Subordinate clause begins with a subordinate conjunction or a relative pronoun. So over here in these examples, where and who, these are the relatives pronouns, and they need some main clause or the principal clause to complete its meaning. So now here in this table you can see principal clauses. I knew. Now this is one complete sentence. Okay, I knew. So I knew that he wanted to go home. I knew that he wanted to go home. So I knew is the principal clause or the main clause. That he wanted to go home is the subordinate clause. So in the beginning you can see that. He succeeded because he worked hard. So he succeeded because he worked hard. You can see it begins with because. He was contented although he was poor. So it begins with although. He never understood how this came about. She was telling us that she knew the secret of his birth. The children were crying because they were hungry. The train had left before I reached station. The patient had died before the doctor came. I would do this if I were allowed. So in these subordinate clauses, you can see I have circled some of the words. These are, some are the subordinate conjunctions or some are the relative pronouns, which make this sentence dependent on the principal clause for its complete meaning. Clear? And now in our topic, that is unit 5 in the sequence of tenses, we are going to learn that, first of all, you can see in the principal clause. So now you can see in the principal clause there is a verb. So here new is the verb, and that he wanted to go home. Wanted is the another verb in the same sentence. He succeeded is the verb because he worked. Worked is the verb. Now in sequence of tenses, we are going to learn that when we have a sentence consisting of a principal clause and a subordinate clause, which particular tense should be followed by which other particular tense. Okay, means if in the principal clause we have the verb in the past tense, in the first sentence you can see that he wanted to go home, so the principal clause having the verb in the past tense is followed by a past tense form of verb in the subordinate clause also. So like this there will be a few rules, and in this video I am going to discuss rule 1 and rule 2. So we all know that there are three tenses. The first one, if I say the present, the second is future, the third is past. So total three tenses are there, and one by one we will just have a look that which tense in the principal clause is followed by which other tense in the subordinate clause, and also there are a few exceptions to the rules. So first of all, let us see what is the definition of sequence of tenses. So sequence of tenses is the principle according to which the tense of the verb in the subordinate clause follows the tense of the verb in the principal clause. Means which particular verb in the principal clause should be there so that it is followed by a exact kind of tense in the subordinate clause also. So first rule, if the verb in the principal clause is in present or future tense, this is important, the verb in the subordinate clause may be in any tense, that is past, present or future, according to the sense intended by the speaker. So the first rule says that if the principal clause is in present or future, so here you can see I think he is here, I think he will be here, I think he was here. So here you can see think word is there in the present tense, and it can be followed by any verb form in the subordinate clause. देखो in first sentence think followed by is means in principal clause this is simple present, and in the subordinate clause it is simple present. Then second, I think he will be here, so present followed by future. I think he was here, so present followed by the past. And in all these three sentences the sense conveyed is according to what the speaker wants to say. In the second, she will think I'm here, she will think I shall be here, she will think I was here. So in the principal clause or the main clause, the tense is given in the future tense, and in the subordinate clause the tense given is all three tenses depending on the meaning conveyed by the speaker. Clear? Then rule 2, if the verb in the principal clause is in past tense, so two tenses we already discussed, present and future in the main clause or principal clause, followed by any tense in the subordinate clause. Now second rule, it says that when we have the principal clause verb in the past tense, the train had left is the past tense. The train had left before I reached the station. So when the verb in the principal clause is given in the past tense, the verb in the subordinate clause should also be in the past tense. And it's very obvious. If you just analyze it, you just think that something which had happened in the past, so the whatever the subordinate clause will be related to it obviously will be in the past tense. I knew, so knew past, I knew that Sasha wanted to eat an apple, so wanted also in the past. Nikhil said, this is the main clause. Nikhil said, past tense, that he wanted money. That he wanted money, subordinate clause, wanted, the past tense. His father had died, past tense, when the doctor came. Came, again the past tense. So all in all, rule 1, when the verb in the principal clause is in present or future tense, the verb in the subordinate clause can be any tense. And in rule 2, if the verb in the principal clause is in past tense, the verb in the subordinate clause will also be in the past tense. I hope you will understand this concept by reading it once or twice, and in the second video I will be discussing about the further rules which are included in this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.